everybody. Welcome and welcome back to, I got to remember what channel we're on, TCS Everyday Psychics. Been a while since I've been on this channel. Heather and I are doing our first ghost POV
First one.
together. I am excited. I'm nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
We are doing, this is by HauntTV. It's Stalked by Creatures from Hell, Paranormal Survival 502.
Okay. And
Yeah,
they're
this
using
was
the tools and doing the traditional paranormal investigation stuff.
so I've not seen this. This was requested by somebody. I am so sorry. I forgot to look and see who this was requested by.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll remember to look and we can put a banner up.
Yeah. That'd be neat.
I'm gonna write myself a
We're
note
getting to
here.
your requests. We're doing our best.
Yes, we are. And so we're going to be reacting not specifically to this video. We are reacting to what's really going on
Right.
energetically, right? Um, yeah, in our
Mm-hmm.
channels, reading the energy through the dimensions, what the heck is really going on. And I'm going to ask you all to remember, please, multiple things can be going on at the same time. Heather and I might get different information, which I love when that happens. Pam and I used to get different stuff all the time. That
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean either, that one of us is wrong. We're both right, typically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and although we ask you not to lean into stuff like this, we know you do.
You guys definitely do it.
um, so yeah, you get something that we don't. That doesn't mean we're wrong. It doesn't mean you're wrong. We still want to ask you not um, to lean in, at least not too far, not too hard. Um, but yeah, we're gonna we're gonna see what happens.
Yes. Yeah. We have no idea. I don't think
None.
I've ever watched anything by this group.
I don't think I have. Yeah,
It's
I don't know.
totally new. Um, no idea.
Yeah,
And that's exciting.
it is. I like going in blind.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Now, I am also going to admit I am going in completely blind. All I have seen is the first 36 seconds of the video that we are not showing. We're going to come in at
Okay.
37 seconds uh,
Perfect.
and just start from the real video. And I'm looking at that 30 seconds of intro, and my ego says, yeah, I don't know about any of this.
Very
So,
honest.
I'm putting my ego aside, called in my gorilla, and I am definitely going to be relying on my channel
Okay.
to do this. If my ego needs to pop in, I'll be honest and say, nope, this is my ego.
Yes.
All right. Anything else to say, Heather, before we jump in?
Like, subscribe,
Thank you.
comment, notifications, guys.
Yes, please, 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 please.
Check out the website. So many awesome changes. There's
Finally, we've implemented changes.
more and more coming too.
Yeah, yeah. That website is tcseveryday psychics.com.
Mhm.
And, if you want to reach out for services, there is a contact us form in there. And if you have paranormal activity and you're tired of it and you want it gone, our clearing services are free. We make money with other services, not our clearing services. So if something's happening for you, like what's going to be in this video, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we can
Please do.
help.
Right.
All right.
Better to check.
Man, I almost forgot all that good stuff.
Yeah. Because we've opened space. It's easy to forget.
I'm nervous. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
All right.
Paranormal Survivor, Grim Reaper, take 1, Mark.
It was a semi-detached backsplit. Definitely larger than what I had lived in before.
Monica was 20 years old when she moved into her new home, excited for a new chapter in her life. But the feeling didn't last long.
The night terrors started about a week after I moved in.
No.
Okay, I'm stopping already.
Okay.
Do you feel anything?
Sadness, and that's what started right away. It was just
Okay.
the strong feeling of sadness, and my chest felt some pressure, which may have been the sadness. I'm trying, trying to kind of get into it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, this is odd. I feel like I'm looking around, but there's nothing there.
Okay.
So
But
that's all I have thus far.
But you feel it.
Yes, correct.
I don't see anything, but holy smokes, the anxiety, and this is not like feeling the anxiety of another person. This is an energetic anxiety that would be like filling the room. Like you
Right.
walk into an empty room and you're like, what the heck?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to say my skepticism at the very, I talked about at the very beginning, all ego, because what I'm feeling is not nice. Okay. Ready?
I don't know what it is yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
It was people being killed in various forms. Dismemberment, being hung, burned alive, decapitation. I couldn't figure out why I was having these night terrors. I never had anything like that happen to me before.
The nightmares lasted for months. But then, Monica witnessed something truly evil.
I woke up one night. I had seen what seemed like a dark shadow by the closet. I couldn't fall asleep. And then, right at the foot of the bed, I see the Grim Reaper holding a scythe. And on the bed was a gargoyle, almost like alligator skin. It had claws. I was horrified. The gargoyle would turn to the Grim Reaper, waiting for a command as to whether to attack. At first, I thought it was just a horrific nightmare, but then every single night, the Grim Reaper and the gargoyle would be there. just standing at the foot of my bed. I had come to realize this was real. It scared me to my core.
Monica started finding painful reminders of her nighttime terror.
I do remember having some bruises and unexplained scratches on my back. I had no idea as to what was happening, why it was happening. I knew that I was in danger. I knew that I was in serious trouble. This impacted my day-to-day life. I was afraid to go to bed. I was afraid to go to my room. I did not want to be at home at all. It got so bad sometimes where I would actually just go to sleep on the living room sofa with rosary beads and the Bible, just so that I'd feel protected.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Deliver us from evil. Amen.
I suffered alone. I didn't think anyone was actually going to believe me.
Unable to endure the terror any longer, Monica moved out of her home, and for nearly 30 years, she was free of her tormentors.
Everything was fine. I had never seen the Grim Reaper or the Gargoyle again.
But even after all that time, Monica could not forget those terrible encounters.
That thing with that Grim Reaper
My mom would bring up the story,
staring at me.
certain flashbacks that she would have
So there was a gargoyle and a Grim Reaper.
that would torture her at night.
I could see it as clear as day.
That must have been terrifying.
It was.
To see her upset, and I knew right then and there that something wasn't right, that it did haunt her.
It's hard to forget.
Mom, it's gonna be okay. It's all in the past.
In 2018, Monica came back from a trip with some unexpected consequences.
I went on a little retreat, just trying not to think about work or any undue stresses. However, when I got home, I started to feel horribly ill, both physically and mentally. I was extremely depressed, which is not like me at all. I couldn't sleep, completely restless. And then I heard a voice, very sinister sounding, saying, "Hello." There was nothing there. It was very ominous. I knew that something was really wrong, and that whatever I had experienced when I was younger was back.
She couldn't get out of bed, she could barely eat. Whatever had happened on that retreat, when she had come back, it's a side of my mom that I haven't seen.
Then, after nearly 30 years of looking over her shoulder, Monica's worst fears became
Yeah.
This is a strange one. Ah. So,
It is, and I want to say, I wish I would have paused it earlier so we could talk, but that's okay.
yeah. No, I feel like there's something to that. It's odd, but there's something to it. And I don't know what that is. So as she was describing them at her bed, like an entity and a gargoyle type,
Yes.
which again, I couldn't see it, but I saw like a pulling or like a tearing at her ear, which
Okay.
seemed to be symbolic of like they had her ear, like an oppression. Yeah,
Sure.
like oppression of whispering in her ear, what was being said to her, the malice, that she's experiencing nightmares.
Mhm.
She truly did feel alone with this. The alone
Right.
feeling was insurmountable. That's what came through. Also, like leaving its mark on her. And obviously leaving energy, a negative energy. There's more, always knowing where she is. I do believe her vibration was lowered when this started in whatever year it was, if that was 1990.
Mhm.
I believe her vibration was low, which makes it more possible for these encounters to occur.
Absolutely.
Okay. So it's not a guarantee, and that's, I want to make that clear for folks watching. It's many different factors. So consider it to be one of the factors is a very low vibration. And that vibration, might need to be low for an extended period of time. Okay. So one factor.
Mhm.
Some sort of leaving a mark, possibly always knowing where she is through time. And of course, for them, time is different. But
Right.
then also, I felt like as I went down and I'm doing this, and
Mhm.
Mari-Lyn, you may not have seen me do it.
I
That
didn't.
felt okay. That felt like her doing it. So an obsession, fear throughout the years
Sure.
of like what had occurred, what was this, is it coming back? A lot of intention.
Mhm. I would agree.
I and I'm not going to diagnose her medically or psychologically, any of that. I did get a hit about some hormonal issues possibly later in life. Um, and I don't know what that means. So I'll leave it there.
Okay.
What did you get?
So the Grim Reaper and the Gargoyle. That's how she interpreted the energy that she was feeling, is what I
Okay.
get. I didn't see either.
Okay.
I do believe that apartment, that portion of the house, maybe the whole house, had activity coming from the land, is what it felt to me. Whether it was, well, it's all multidimensional, but I believe that part of what she was experiencing was from another dimension
What? Yeah.
that she was being exposed to. So I'm inclined to think that there was a huge rift,
Mm.
either within the home or in the land. I couldn't decipher exactly where this rift would be. Maybe
Okay.
it's within the land. But the Grim Reaper and the gargoyle that she explained, I believe that was her, that's how she interpreted.
Interpreted.
That is my own word, interpreted. I have used that so many times. Anyway, interpreted through whatever her own wounding, her own fears. But there was an energy, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're into this new era of her life. Not at all surprised that she moves away and it stops, because it had nothing to do with her. It was where she was living,
Location.
that location.
Mm-hmm.
What I felt was that she had picked up a virus. That virus combined with her fear creates this anomaly. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to say she starts experiencing new activity. I'm not convinced that they're connected. I could be wrong. Absolutely.
Mm.
We'll have to see. Now,
Yeah,
when you said,
the energies, for me, what you're saying, I'm flowing in that direction. So I want to see what
yeah,
what they
we'll have to see.
share. And, yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Became a reality.
I went down the hallway into the bedroom and stopped dead in my tracks. Right at the very end of the bed, the Grim Reaper that I had seen when I was younger was standing there. I was frozen in fear. Everything that I had experienced 30 years ago was back. I was petrified. I thought that this was behind me.
It was just a voice of fear.
What do you think? What do you get?
I heard Spirit say she expected it to come back. So I didn't see anything. That was all I received, is just what Spirit said. She expected it to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And the feeling there is, so in other words, guys, what I'm saying, the feeling, I mean, clairsentience. So it's clear feeling. So you may often hear me use that word, just feeling, and that's what I'm referring to. Is that I'll feel into things, or clairaudience. I hear what Spirit says. It's important to make sure you guys understand those.
It is. Thank you.
Sure. The feeling is she spent, it's like as I'm moving into her and around her energy,
Mm-hmm.
I'm invested so many years, anxiety, thinking about this,
Mm-hmm.
terrified. All this thought energy, all this feeling energy, and then the moment strikes where the vibration goes down because of an illness, everything kind of came together with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so she expected it, and therefore it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's that paranoid energy from the accumulation, but you
Mhm.
may have a different perspective.
I do not.
Okay.
I think that's,
Thank you, same.
it feels like, I know I said I think, but I'm not thinking. It feels like that's 100% what's happening.
Okay.
It's almost as though she has manifested his appearance, right? And in all of those years of not having it happen, but still being obsessed with it, there was a part of her that wanted it to happen again so she could prove it.
Wow. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Because she was so alone in it. And now she has shared it minimum with her
Yeah.
son.
Incredible insight. Yes.
So I think you nailed it right on the head.
Also, this is, I feel like a little sad because the amount of people who go through paranormal activity with a lack of understanding and then end up with, some form of PTSD
Yes,
as a result. And then how do they really find adequate treatment for it?
they don't.
Right.
So here she, she suffers alone through all of this trauma without telling anybody, which I can't imagine the fear of being made fun of outweighed the fear of what she was experiencing, but clearly it did.
Yeah.
And then she moves away and it stops. And I'm sorry, I completely lost my train of thought.
Yeah, it's actually happening to me too. I don't know what's going on.
Interesting. Interesting.
Starting to feel something moving in.
Wonder if what's coming up next, because I can only guess because this screen has come up that that's the end of her story. And
Oh,
they're
is
going to
that
move on to
what
another
it is?
story. I don't know. Oh yeah, we were talking about her wanting to prove it.
Right.
And yeah. So she's so alone, she doesn't reach out for. No, that's wrong. You were talking about people. Wow. People experiencing it and not reaching out for help. And how do they cope with it?
Yes. Okay.
And ooh, that was in 1990. So I don't know. I'm going to say her options were probably pretty limited.
Yeah, they would be.
And even today, I mean, yes, there are paranormal people all over the world. There's TCS and what we do. I don't know how many of the I don't know how many people do what we do,
Hmm.
where we actually go in and we take care of, we remove. We don't just take it out of the house and send it down the street. It gets
Absolutely.
removed. It gets taken to where it needs to go, whether it's to heal or to just be in isolation until it's ready to heal, sent
Yeah.
back to where it belongs, whatever it is. Excuse me. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, living with that is traumatizing.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you getting something new?
No, I'm thinking because being a retired professional counselor,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it from that aspect of that, somebody who would want that type of support and what would it be like for them trying to go to therapy,
Sure.
trying to even make the phone call to say, I've had paranormal activity and I'd like a therapist to help walk me through that. Um, I think if I were going to make that call, I'd be afraid that they would think I was, experiencing some psychotic symptoms.
And how many people have been misdiagnosed
Correct.
because of paranormal activity or being extremely psychic and not understanding what's
Oh,
happening?
yeah. Yes.
You know? And that fear it's real.
Right.
Yeah. And understandable.
Yes.
Is a shame. And another reason why we started doing what we do, because People should not live with activity of any
No.
kind. It's not healthy. And that's why we don't charge for our paranormal services of clearings,
That is.
because not everybody can afford to pay. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So,
Which
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that about us. Yes.
it's, and, not only does it help the humans, but it helps everybody of every dimension, every
Right.
being. Now, some of the beings don't look at it that way, but
Ah, for them, it's prison. What are you gonna do?
it's humanity's highest good. So there you go. All right.
Almost 30 years ago, Monica Polino was terrorized by the Grim Reaper. She thought it was all behind her, but now it was back.
It was just a voice of fear.
He also stopped dead in his tracks.
What is that?
That's when I had seen what my mom had been describing years ago.
The Grim Reaper was back.
An evil entity is not bound by time or space. Therefore, time is irrelevant. The Grim Reaper is definitely not bound by time or space.
When Alex verified seeing exactly what I was seeing, I was not imagining. I started to freak out. I started to cry. I started to lose it. I said, I can't go through this again. I just can't.
Cannot do this again! Alex!
To see her crying, it tore me apart inside. As scared as I was, I knew that I had to do something right then and there to help get rid of this Grim Reaper.
You're not welcome here! Get out! Get out!
Suddenly, it wasn't in the room. It was in the same form, in the same stance outside.
Like it shifted. It kind of just transformed.
Go
And
away!
again, I told it to get out, leave, you're not wanted here.
We don't want you here!
Alex was so strong. He stood up to it. Where I, on the other hand, was extremely petrified.
We have to get out.
It wanted to hurt her. It wanted to scare her.
Alex said to me, Mom, you really need to get some serious help. You cannot deal with this on your own.
What did you get there?
Well, I still don't believe it's the Grim Reaper. I do believe that whatever energy she saw, because I do believe there was an energy there. Could it have been the same energy? I mean, you said that it tracked her.
Mm-hmm.
I have no reason to believe that. I don't know if it was the same energy, but she was expecting it to be the same, so she saw it the same. She had described that vision to her son for however many years.
I agree
30
with you
years.
there.
So that's what he's going to see.
Correct.
That's exactly what he's going to see. I think the son is psychic. It's what it feels like to me. So yeah, he expected it almost as much as she did.
Yeah.
He heard her screaming. That's where his brain went.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get anything
I
different?
agree.
Anything else?
I heard the the piece of this has been discussed in their house or between them. He's heard it for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And was reminded of the term folie à deux. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay, so this doesn't mean that that's what was going on, but there are elements from it that are similar. It's referred to as a shared psychosis.
Okay.
So in folie à deux, there's what starts as one person's symptoms. Another person comes in, is very close to the other, and begins to share those symptoms.
Yep. Yep.
So
It's like unhealed empathy on steroids.
yes, that is
Extreme steroids.
Yeah, and they really believe it. That's the thing. It's, in other words,
Yeah.
not that they believe it, but they really see it. They really experience it
Right.
because they're separately developing those symptoms too.
Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating. It's concerning. I see some of that, some of those elements, in what Spirit just gave me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That lands perfectly.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Yep. All right. Let's see where they go.
Archangels,
Monica called in medium Lori Kinraid and her team for help.
protectors of light,
I've been a medium for my entire life.
rid this home of negative presence.
The Grim Reaper has many different.
I want to add, as I was feeling into the home as they started that segment, the grids are so not existent.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really, really bad. Had to put that in there.
Oh yeah, I just saw it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just
Yeah.
saw collapsing and
Yep.
Okay.
And I shouldn't say non-existent, but they're in really bad shape.
right.
Yeah. All right.
Connotations. The most common would be the angels of death. I knew we had to move quickly because of what we were dealing with. There was really no time to wait.
Archangels, protectors of light.
Bless this home and protect it.
The whole idea is to make the entire home sacred ground, basically. We need to purify it to a point where it's just uninhabitable for them.
Archangels, protector of light.
Bless this house.
The cleansing proceeded uneventfully until they reached the master bedroom.
Rid this Rid this home of its negative.
It just about knocked me over. The energy was so intense.
Bless this home and rid it of its negative energy.
Monica's tormentor wasn't going to leave without a fight.
It would say certain words: evil, hell, blood. Not only have we seen it, but now it's trying to taunt us, so we wouldn't pursue the cleansing.
Faced with such powerful resistance, Lori decided to conduct a crossing over ceremony.
Guides,
When we do the
angels,
crossing ceremony, we call in all our guides, angels, helpers.
ancestors, aid us in crossing over this evil spirit.
We create a vortex of light energy and ask that everything be consumed in this vortex.
Aid us in crossing over this evil spirit.
The team was actually getting extremely ill. Alex and I had severe headaches.
I was getting weaker by the moment.
Guide us in crossing over this evil spirit.
Right at the very last second, right before we're about to close the vortex, The Grim Reaper appeared a couple of inches away from my face to try to scare me one last time.
You can't get rid of me. I'm with you forever.
It was extremely terrifying. I had never seen it that close before. Lori told me that we need to be strong. Otherwise, everything that we had done, the entire clearing, everything, would have been just a waste of time.
You don't belong here! Archangel Michael, rid me of this evil spirit!
It's very important to stand your ground, even if it is risky. You need to be smart about what you do, but you need to be firm. If you don't take control of your space, you will lose it. If you don't take control over yourself, you could potentially have this thing attach itself to you for the rest of your life.
You don't belong here! Rid me of this evil spirit!
Once he had shown himself to me, he had gone up, and I had visually closed the door.
Monica actually stayed very strong. I was proud of her. She was able to keep her focus. This was not going to take over her life anymore.
I was proud of myself for being strong.
I remember my mom just kind of looking at me in awe. It was more of a relief, like a huge weight had been lifted off. I was extremely proud of her.
Thank you.
The exorcism was successful, and Monica was never visited by the Grim Reaper again.
I honestly hope I never come across another story like this, where someone's been haunted like this twice in their lifetime.
Alex!
I felt so much better after the exorcism was actually done.
Now it feels just so much brighter already.
The house felt a lot lighter. The illness and the sickness that I had been feeling, gone.
See you at dinner.
You bet.
I can't express in words exactly how grateful I am.
If that was an accurate depiction of how the clearing was handled, I personally don't agree with it. Having her involved, I don't think was a good idea. Being there is one thing, but actively being a participant, the amount of fear and anger that I could feel energetically doesn't help any situation. Even from the psychics doing the clearing, I could feel anger and fear. We're never productive when we're in those vibrations. We need to be in the highest of vibrations of spirit's love in order to really have the best outcome. Do I still believe that it was the same energy as before? It's up for debate. Toss a coin. I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't. I think it was different energies. I am glad she got help. I'm glad that they were able to clear the energy, but the way it was done,
Right.
not the way we do it. Absolutely not the way we do it.
Very different. Yeah. I would have gone in a bit of a different direction completely. So what I picked up on, which doesn't mean that something else wasn't there, but what I was guided to, or what I was able to see, was simply just a swirling energy. I did not see an entity present
Me either.
of any type. I didn't see an earthy, all the different types that we name. I just didn't get any of those. I just saw like a swirling energy right in front of Monica, I believe is her name.
Mm-hmm.
And what really seemed to stand out was that Monica maybe needed almost like her own grief ceremony. So, you know, this she had this paranormal clearing experience, but like a separate grief ceremony for herself for what she's
And
been
the healing.
Correct. But that's
Or
part
2 or
of
3 or
healing.
4.
Yeah, that's part of it, is for her to go through and
Yeah.
do some self-validation for what she's been through and maybe experience some various tools for how she might take parts of those experiences and lay them to rest,
Mm-hmm.
One after another in what feels right for her. So that kept coming through as what was necessary. I do think she received lots of validation here and that was important.
Agreed.
Just the paranormal side, it was really a lot of energy, fear energy, anger energy, rage energy, confusion. It was quite powerful.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we see what else they've got?
Yeah.
All right.
Creatures from the other side can take on all forms, shapes, and sizes. Sometimes they can be a recognizable entity, but on other occasions, creatures will be like nothing their victims have ever seen before.
Paranormal Survivor, Story 5, Lizard Man, Take 1. Mark?
I moved into the house 2015. I was very excited. The children were excited. And it was just a very happy time.
The house was nice. Still a good feeling. I was really excited to move in. It felt good.
Summer Boudreau and her 2 daughters loved their new space, but soon an eerie and unsettling energy descended upon the house.
And about a month later, I started to feel a little off. It was just like somebody's watching me. I just felt I'm not supposed to be in there. That's just the feeling you got, that you weren't welcome.
Summer's unease quickly turned into way more than just a feeling.
I was sleeping. It was the middle of the night. And I just woke up all of a sudden. Something had come across the bed. It crawled. It crawled across him like a lizard. It looked like the body of a human, but the head of a lizard. I've never seen anything like it before. I thought it was gonna eat me. It wanted to hurt me.
That is not how I would react if I saw something like that crawling across my bed. I would be down the street in the next county.
Me too. I'd be like, I am not going back in there.
Even knowing what I know, if I were to open my eyes and see, or I would be going for the nearest gun and shooting. Sorry.
True story. I know. Knowing what I know.
Summer Boudreau had found what she thought was the perfect home for her family. But not long after moving in, she was attacked by a creature from hell.
It wanted to hurt me. I didn't know what to do. I was so scared. I felt like my heart was gonna pop out of my chest. I was just petrified. And then it was gone. Everything was normal. I definitely thought, did I just dream that? Did that just happen? I went back to bed and laid there, scared out of my mind.
Down the hall, Summer's daughter Tia was having problems of her own.
My room was freezing. No matter what I tried, heaters, more blankets. I started feeling uneasy. Felt like someone was watching you. It just gave me a really bad vibe in my room and a bad feeling. I'd wake up and see a shadow or someone standing over my bed. It looked like a figure, big and black. I didn't know what it was. I was just scared out of my mind.
Please go away, please go away, please go away.
I just turned around and closed my eyes until they were gone.
Please go away, please go away.
It would affect me a lot because I wouldn't sleep and I usually would have to go to school the next day, so I'd be worn out. One night I woke up and I felt burning on my leg. So I looked and I had a big scratch. It was deep and it was long. The scratch would burn and it was painful. People would see the scratches and bruises and I couldn't explain it to them what was going on. I don't know how I got it. I was pretty freaked out.
With the paranormal activity increasing in severity, Tia's nighttime visitations took an unexpected turn.
I started seeing what looked like my grandfather in my room. He was clear as day. Me and my grandfather were really close, and so like after he died, I was just heartbroken, and so seeing him, I felt safe, and so I was happy to see my grandfather again.
The comforting presence didn't last long. Tia suspected something wasn't quite right.
He was just behind my door. He wouldn't come out, he wouldn't talk to me. He'd just sit there staring at me. After a while, it did take a big toll on me. It felt like, I just felt sad. After I saw my grandfather, I just realized how much I missed him, I guess. He was there, so, sorry.
Summer had no idea who had been appearing in her daughter's room, but eventually Tia couldn't keep it a secret any longer.
Hey, honey. I told my mom that I saw my grandfather behind my door.
I keep seeing Grandpa in my room.
Honey, what do you mean you saw Grandpa?
Well,
I told her he was hiding. It looked like he was hiding. I don't know if it's actually him
or something else.
I believed it wasn't him. I don't think he would have scared her and hid behind the door. Right away, I didn't feel like it was him.
I don't think he's your grandpa.
My mom told me not to talk to it just in case if it was something evil and I'd be letting it in and it could do worse stuff.
I don't want you to talk to him anymore, okay?
I felt it was something sinister. I didn't feel comfortable, and I just felt that it was an evil spirit trying to manifest as my father. Let us welcome it in so it could stay with us.
You can stay away, okay?
Should I share?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, a lot of violence, grabbing my throat, like, bam,
Yes.
my head is smacked into a mirror. a masculine energy, territorial aggression. See, it felt to me like an earthy that had skills. In other words, knew how to earth. So guys, an earthy that's been around a while, but they know how to do things. And I don't, Mari-Lyn, I mean, how long is it even that they have to be here for a while to know how? Or
No, I think it all depends on who, what, when, where, why, and how. Right?
Okay.
There's so many variables.
Thank you.
But typically, the longer that they are earthbound, they learn, and they get stronger. They learn how to manipulate energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And their skill set increases. Some learn faster, some don't learn at all. Some have no interest in interacting with that energy, and some do, though. And some, when they figure out, oh man, I can interact with this energy and I can get powerful. And I can instill fear, and that creates more energy, and that makes me stronger.
Right.
I agree with you. I felt earthy.
Okay.
I felt powerful. I felt possible a psychopath in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it felt like, so part of it was like an abuser, could have been a wife abuser. But this woman, I apologize, I don't remember her name, the mom. It's like she looked like somebody he knew, but how do I put this? It could just appear that way to him.
There's probably a similar energy to her.
Yeah.
So he recognizes that energy of her more than her physical appearance.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Could very well be that the mother with two daughters, also that energy
for sure
is familiar to him.
Yeah, it could something along those lines. You know, it doesn't have to be that it's a bunch of exact things for them in that death state. You know, it can be, a mom and two kids, and that's it.
Yep.
That's what I got.
Well, I'd say we're on the same page. See where this is going.
Evil spirits and demonic entities are notorious for shapeshifting and mimicking. They are...
Yep.
Time out.
Yes.
Okay. Any entity, earthbound spirit, things of the earth, it doesn't matter what we're talking about. If they have learned how to manipulate energy, they can manipulate themselves. And yes, they love to mimic. They love to bring you into a false sense of security, to make you feel safe, to gain your trust. That way they can gain more energy from you. More interaction means more for them.
It does.
And not all... Okay, anybody who's watched us for a while that word demon, demons in and of themselves are pretty rare these days. Does that mean that there aren't some very low vibrational things that are out there to hurt you? It doesn't mean that at all, because there are. But demons, I wish we could come up with a new word.
Right. That'd be great.
We need to do that, Heather. We need to come up with some new verbiage that is more accurate.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Any entity, earthbound spirit that has the capability of manipulating energy can shapeshift, can change what they look like, can change. And it's not so much that they change what they look like, they change your perception.
Yeah.
Both things can be true, and they can be true at the same time. Yeah. They can present as anything that you want to see. Pretty much. Or you don't want to see. Your greatest fears, your greatest wishes. So, all right, here we go.
Definitely more than capable manifesting into somebody that the living would trust. Any form of communication is an invitation. Believe me, they are just waiting to infiltrate.
I was scared of being in the house. I thought something in there was gonna hurt me, or my little sister, or my mom.
With Tia now wise to its plan, the lizard entity starts to prey on the youngest member of the family, 3-year-old Ashley.
Come over here. I have a surprise for you.
One day we were playing in Ashley's room and she said, "Mommy, the monster just went in your room." And I said, "Well, what monster?"
Look! Mommy, look at the lizard.
Well, as soon as she said it, I thought about that night that I was freaked out. I wanted to cry. Like, I just wanted to pick her up and get her out of there. Whatever it was targeting my daughters. What is this? You know, what is this thing that's in my house? You know, it's not normal to see something like that. It was gonna hurt her. I couldn't protect my daughters. I needed outside help.
When Summer contacted me, I was very worried for her and her children. I wanted to get in there as soon as possible. As a psychic medium, I feel out any energies or entities in the home, and from there we'll conduct an investigation. I can see spirits, I can hear spirits, and I can pick up their emotions. My assistant and I brought EVP recorders, spirit boxes, and began to investigate. I was drawn to Tia's room. I could feel a temperature change, and I could feel the energy becoming dense.
There's something about this room.
Katie could sense a dark.
I'm sorry, but if you are a psychic and you are a medium, why in the world do you have that kind of equipment? That is an honest question.
For me, that would really distract from the work.
Right?
Yeah, that would just muddy my antenna. And I'd be like, there is no point to even make an effort. I have to get, you know, it's hard enough. I have to get it all out of the way.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm curious about their use of those and how they find it helpful. And I'm very confused.
Yeah, I am too. Okay.
Dark energies start to envelop the home.
Immediately, the EMF equipment was spiking dramatically. I knew something was about to show itself. I immediately got a burning sensation on my side. Felt like hot pokers. As soon as I pulled up my shirt, I could see a 10-inch gouge along my side. There was blood coming from it, and immediately I started to freak out. I knew this thing was not nice. Spirits have to be extremely powerful to inflict pain on someone. They also have to be malevolent. This is something that is trying to get your attention and not in a nice way. All of a sudden, the lights were flickering.
The ghost box just went off like crazy.
There was a lot of chatter coming through it. They were speaking and screaming through it.
The activity was becoming alarming, and Katie realized that the evil entity could potentially harm everyone in the home, but she had to investigate one more room to make sure.
We were all terrified. We knew at that point that there was something there.
Oh, the attic doesn't feel good at all. It feels like something is gonna come at you. It's not a welcoming feeling. All of us felt really freaked out.
I went down one end of the hall. Summer and my assistant went down to the other end. I walked the room.
So one thing that Mari-Lyn has spoken about, and I'll make a note here, is the importance of being in the highest vibration when doing this work. And this kind of illustrates why. So when you have a lot of people in a space, and in this example, attempting to interact with and clear what Mari-Lyn and I see as an earthy, and all those folks are really scared. So that adds fuel to the earthy, because the earthy wants the fear. That is what allows the earthy to move within that space, to do the things that, you know, he wants to do, and shift appearance, etc. It is just so important to be in the highest vibration. Here, fuel has been added to that fire.
Right.
And I am unsurprised that a scratch may occur.
Absolutely. Number
You
one,
agree? Okay.
you've got this kind of equipment. You're so focused on the equipment. You're not focused on, number one, was she even grounded? No. Was she standing in the vibration of spiritual love? Absolutely not. Had she been, no, she would not have been scratched. And of course, was that over embellished? Absolutely.
Right.
But
Well,
then, that's the whole purpose of the video. But you're absolutely right. The energy that they are creating is not one that we believe is necessary to do a clearing. Very good point.
Also, please avoid instigating, because if you think about the energy that goes with instigating, and I'm not saying they're doing that here, but I did get a comment from Spirit. I heard Spirit say something about instigating. So just to remember that instigating brings a certain energy with it, and it's not nice.
Isn't that equipment instigation right there?
Oh my God, you're so right. Yeah. Excuse me. Yes, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's it.
Not a good idea.
Wow. Correct.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else they got.
Yep.
rooms and there was nothing there. I knew something was hiding. And as I turned around to walk back, I see this big, dark, reptilian shadow figure staring back at me.
Summer, stop!
As soon as she said that, you heard loud, "Get out."
Get out!
After months of torment, Summer Boudreau called in psychic medium Katie Turner to rid her home of an evil lizard entity. But it wasn't going to leave quietly.
Summer, stop!
Get out!
The voice sounded dark and demonic.
I panicked and ran out of the attic. Katie's assistant was right behind me.
Where's Katie?
Katie! Katie! I was left on my own, in the dark. All I could hear was this voice.
Get out!
Katie, what are you doing?
And that's when I decided, okay, it's time to get out of the attic.
When Katie came down, she looked physically scared and shook up from the experience. I was definitely worried seeing Katie like that.
Like the door's gonna keep him in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Closing the door is not going to stop anything from transferring from here into here. And again, that high vibration of spiritual love.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened.
Right.
Or had it tried to happen, it wouldn't have worked, because you learn how to stand in that vibration when shit starts to fall apart. And they can't, lower vibrational entities, it's just, they get frustrated.
Mm-hmm. Rather quickly, too.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That was too funny.
So what's in my house and what has got her so spooked?
In all my years, I've never seen what I saw that night.
Get out!
The entity in Summer's house was most definitely evil. It was malevolent in nature. It was demonic in nature. This thing only wanted to wreak havoc. If this wasn't taken care of, people could be harmed or even killed. I knew right then and there that I had to cleanse the property. I immediately got my cleansing salts and holy water.
Be gone! Evil spirits, be gone!
To cleanse negative energy and bring in positive energy.
Darkness, you are not welcome here. Only the light of the higher power is welcome here. Salt the doorway. Darkness, be gone! Evil spirits, be gone!
We cleansed the whole downstairs, but none of us wanted to go back into the attic. So we put a line of salt at the top step and hoped for the best.
Salt is a very grounding mineral. Salt also has a vibration that dispels negativity.
We will often use salt in doorways, anywhere that we can set up a perimeter so that the negative energy cannot return.
Spirits, be gone! Only the light of the higher power is welcome here. Be gone, evil spirits, be gone! Oh my God.
Immediately after the cleanse, you could feel that the air was lighter.
You did it.
Summer immediately felt better. Any malevolent or negative energy died completely. In all my years of investigating, this by far was one of the scariest cases I've ever come across.
After Katie did the cleanse, the house felt, it was like a relief. The activity just stopped. There was no issues.
After Katie was finished, the house felt better. Like, I didn't feel like someone was watching me everywhere I went. I felt like I could actually go and have a good night's sleep in my bed. I felt free, I guess.
I was happy. I was really happy. I felt like I had done what I needed to do to rid our home and my children of this entity. I didn't have to worry that something was going to attack my daughters.
There we go.
And where did that earthy, I still believe it was an earthbound man.
Yeah.
But where did he go?
Yeah, I think that, see, that's the point of all of this. But I think that they go next door. So,
yeah,
they're going to look for another location, generally very close by. So it's usually the neighbors.
Yep. So now somebody else gets tormented, and this earthbound spirit stays earthbound.
Correct.
He doesn't. No, that line of salt. Now, I have used salt in the past. I'm not against it. It's not necessary, but it's one of those tools that helps us as humans feel good. It makes us feel like we're doing something. Nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But putting that line of salt did not kill that earthbound spirit. Well, that earthbound spirit is, it didn't kill the energy.
Yeah.
Yes. Did they send it out of the house? Absolutely. And it just went on to torment someone else. Not sure what the whole lizard thing was about. That may have more to do with the earthy himself.
Oh, the appearance he took?
Yeah.
No idea.
What I get is he wouldn't want to be a snake because then he couldn't have arms and legs. He couldn't, he wanted to portray his human form. But that snake or lizard appearance, maybe in life that was one of his fears, and so he wanted to portray fear.
Okay.
Something, it's pretty convoluted. But basically comes down to fear. So. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Should we move on?
Paranormal Survivor, Demon at the Door, take one. Mark?
I moved into the house with my mom. I was 18.
To see everything.
I love it.
Very nice environment, like happy,
It's beautiful, Mom.
quiet, still, like nothing out of the ordinary.
It wasn't until Brittany and her mother started to settle into their new home that they began to notice that something wasn't quite right.
I started hearing noises in the beginning. It was very, very subtle. I almost thought it was just the house noises. At first, it sounded like as if you picked up like a glass marble and you dropped it a couple feet, and then it fell on hardwood and bounced. Like it would be rolling freely. And I'm like, what is this?
Probably just the pipes in the house, love. Did you hear that, babe?
It was as if someone was just like knocking inside the walls. Felt like it was building up. It felt like there was something looming over me every time I set foot in the house.
The unexplained noises and knocking in the house were soon joined by something much more bizarre and disturbing.
I had stepped out of the shower one night. I'm drying myself off, and then I looked in the bathroom mirror, and on the wall, there's a face. And I'm like thinking to myself, that's not makeup or paint. It just appeared like black goo seeping out of the wall. And that's the part where it really blew my mind. And I'm like, this isn't mold. Mold can't create faces. This is something else.
After 18-year-old Brittany Robinson moved into a new home with her mother, she started to have strange and troubling experiences.
This isn't mold. This is something else. It started to change into a more detailed, evil-looking face with very pointy, just looked very menacing.
Then, Brittany noticed something else.
I would smell death. It was putrid. I had to get rid of it. I acted very swiftly, trying to stay calm. It was a good 2 hours of scrubbing. So difficult that it was starting to hurt my skin. At one point, it went right all into my palm, and it burned. The more I scrubbed, the more I felt freaked out. Like not myself. Like I'm scrubbing something off, I'm shaking it off, but it wasn't leaving.
Shaken, Brittany tried to get some sleep, but she was plagued by terrible dreams.
I was coming out of a nightmare, but I couldn't move. I was there, like, looking around. I could only use my eyes. I couldn't even breathe. Feels like your heart's gonna literally explode out of your chest. You still have that nightmare feeling when you wake up, but now you can't move at all. And you feel completely vulnerable to whatever's happening.
When we sleep, we tend to be the most vulnerable. Our subconscious opens up completely. It can also be a portal, so things can easily come in while you're in your dream state.
My dream was trying to tell me that it was something extremely dark, maybe ancient, and evil. Terrifying. It was all night, hours. And then I moved a little bit. I got my body back.
That wasn't the last time Brittany was paralyzed. Soon, it started to happen every night.
The night, I'm not sleeping. It was hell.
The only thing keeping Brittany sane was her relationship with her boyfriend, Curtis.
My relationship with Curtis at the time was still a new, blossoming, budding relationship. Very happy.
But the sense of peace wouldn't last long.
When I first met her, there was a few things that she was telling me about, but I kind of wasn't believing. But then things started to happen that I noticed.
Curtis and I were messaging on the computer. It was after school, and he was at his mom's.
Within the conversation, I noticed a few things started to kind of feel weird.
I had started returning messages to him in huge paragraphs of just random letters.
It didn't feel right. It didn't feel like something human was sending it to me.
It kind of went fuzzy, almost as if I blacked out.
Out of nowhere, she kind of just like left the conversation. I'm like, where are you? It felt disturbing. Like I felt like just a weird presence.
He received a message from my end saying, "You're not gonna see her, she's mine now."
Then it just says she is gone, and I have her.
In a panic and worried for Brittany, Curtis rushed over to her house.
I'm gonna pause here. She definitely got jumped. What I felt. Not possessed, but jumped.
Right.
I'm not sure what this is.
What, the thing that jumped her?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It feels very old. Very, I don't even know what to say. So I guess I shouldn't. I wanted to say that she was jumped while she was typing. I got that hit as soon as they showed the computer. But oh, she's gonna get jumped. Yeah, this is not good.
Right.
This is not good. Should we keep watching?
I'm moving from a bit of a different angle here.
Okay.
So I came in with receiving a lot of clairsentience, the anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And then dissociation. That I think that she's prone to dissociate.
Okay.
She's not grounded.
Mm-hmm.
It would be great for her to do that regularly.
So she was an easy target. Definitely.
Yes, that's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like when I'm kind of near her energy, it's very bizarre. It's like I'm trying to put my hand down, but I don't know where to place it. It's hard to see. Things are confusing. It's a lack, derealization. If you've ever heard that term. A little derealization, a little depersonalization. So those are common, kind of therapy type terms that really mean you're not like super in touch with your body.
Right.
Is this my hand? It like almost doesn't feel like your hand. Or derealization is like you don't really feel like you're sitting on the couch, for example. You're just not aware of the couch. So those things came out. Also, an intense amount of anxiety spiked when Curtis was mentioned, the boyfriend.
Okay.
That was
Now, was that her anxiety or was that the entity?
So I want to be clear here. I'm trying to separate potentially my own ego There was an instinct of she's doing things for attention. And I'm trying to explore, is that my ego saying it? Is it an entity saying it? Is it partially true?
Okay.
And it's really sticky. Feels really sticky.
Okay.
To weed through this. Or not the right word. The previous word. True, but exaggerating something.
Okay.
So I want to step back from it and see what else comes up.
Okay.
Let me try and clear that.
What do you get around that black goo that she was trying to scrub off the wall? Is that part of that exaggeration?
Yes.
I thought so too.
Yes. That was where I was getting, this is not a completely true statement or group of statements.
She probably believes that's how she remembers it now.
I would go along with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, should we keep going? Okay.
I had blacked out. I had a splitting headache, as if it was splitting the entire half of my head just right open.
I was trying to get her attention through the window. She seemed like she didn't really see me, just not really herself at all. It looked like she was under something else's control.
I felt odd, like I was awake, but I wasn't me. And then that rancid, putrid smell is in the air again.
By this point, Brittany was fully possessed by something evil.
I was just like, I'm gonna hurt this guy. But I don't know why. I would never think that. I would never want to intentionally stab him or cut him up. That's horrible.
When someone is possessed, an evil entity has taken over their mind, their body, and their soul. They're completely unaware of what's happening to their physical being at that moment in time. Whatever the evil entity wishes to do, it'll do. And sometimes it'll even lash out and potentially kill someone.
When I had reached for the door handle to unlock it and let him in, I felt for a split moment that, oh my God, he's gonna get hurt.
I knew, oh my God, like I could probably die if I opened this door.
Brittany Robinson has been possessed by something lurking in her home. Concerned, her boyfriend Curtis has rushed over, putting his own safety at risk.
I knew, oh my God, like I could probably die if I opened this door. I still decided to do it anyway. I had to help. But I was really scared. I thought the worst.
But the moment he rushed in over the threshold, I felt warmth again.
What's wrong?
When I came out of it, I felt stinging, burning pain. My stomach was littered with scratches.
Oh my God!
In groups of 3, like choo, 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 cross, cross.
She was bleeding all over her stomach.
How did that happen?
It didn't make sense how it could have happened. Her nails, there was no blood or anything on them.
I didn't see anything.
I'm assuming it happened when I blacked out. It's freaky to talk about that part. I still have scars.
We gotta get you cleaned up, okay?
Okay.
Come here.
Terrified by the brutal nature of the attack, Brittany and her mother began the process of cleansing the house.
Started doing research into this type of occurrence. I realized that this could be something very, very bad. My mom and I went through each room, saging. We had our crystals in our hand. We had sigils on the candle for protection. We went full detail on this. I had laid down purified white salt at every door, threshold, every windowsill. The entire perimeter. The salt is to help prevent anything from entering your space. It's not foolproof, but it does help a lot.
The cleanse worked for a while, but the worst was yet to come.
One night I'm laying on the couch, and the moment I open my eyes, I see a big black mass, but not human. Blacker than black. There were no definite facial features, but skull, neck, bones, in the shape of a male figure with really long, creepy hands, fingers. It kind of burns in your brain.
The demon was trying to find a way to get past the salt defenses Brittany and her mother had set up.
I heard knocks on the glass, like it's just waiting, with sharp, sharp talons. My heart was imploding. Boom, 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 boom. Like I was prey, and it was the predator. Something out there looming right over you, and you can't move. Very, very, very frightening. It felt as if my life literally flashed before my eyes. As if I'm going to be stuck with this thing my whole life.
Paralyzed, Brittany could only watch in horror as the demon tried to get inside for over 8 hours. Brittany's salt defenses held firm, and when the sun rose, the demon vanished.
I felt a sense of relief, but if you're gonna be willing to wait outside the window for hours and just watch me, what are you gonna do next time?
Afraid to spend another awful night in the house, Brittany decided to move in with Curtis.
This experience has made me aware of the true ferocity of these things.
Just can't get out of here fast enough.
I'm hopeful for the future that this won't continue to happen to her.
All right, I'll see.
And that she's going to continue to heal from it mentally and physically.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah.
After fighting through it together, we felt stronger together as a couple, having to deal with something that crazy.
Currently, I feel like I'm a soldier, preparing for my next battle. Don't know when or where, but I'm ready.
So what about mom? Did mom move? Did mom move?
Good question. I didn't think of that.
So, I just don't know what to say about that last part. When you're using salt,
Yeah.
it's not a do it once and it's a forever thing.
Yeah.
When we clear a home, we will typically go through with the client of things for them to do to keep their home high vibrational.
So good.
And it's not it's not the same for everybody. And there's different, I guess some people we don't, because I'm thinking back, and it's not something that we cover with everybody, because everybody's different, every situation is different. Excuse me. However, for them, going in and doing something like this yourself and changing the vibration of the house, that's something you need to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Not a one and done thing. And had that thing been a true demon, a row of salt at the windowsill is not going to keep him from coming in. It's just not. I'm sorry. I just don't know how much of that last part of the story I believe. I got no information about it whatsoever.
Nope. I did not either.
Okay.
So, I think what I will say is that this particular section for me was a lesson in my triggers.
Yes.
Because it's very hard to read when you are triggered.
Very.
And it's important to know that. It's important to be honest about that.
Yes.
Do not look aside. You want to be aware of yourself, of your body, of your emotions, of things that are happening, and be able to state that and, ask for help as needed. And so this really hit me in that way where triggers were coming up. I felt just this wall of frustration. For me personally, that's my frustration.
Okay.
And, at the end there, I got two things. And now I need to ask you if you think they're right, because I don't trust myself.
Okay. Go for it.
What I got was, I heard she needs this. She wants the attention.
Okay.
And it's because of my own, I'm getting some personality stuff for her. So I'm looking at,
sure,
I'm psychically getting that, but then I'm using my background, many years of counseling as well.
So as you were talking about her,
yeah,
what I was getting was she was becoming, I'm going to start over.
Okay.
Her codependency wasn't working with her mother anymore. Mom was done with the codependency. But it was working with the boyfriend. And she needed something to further that codependency. And this scenario with the demon at the window all night long, that sealed the deal. She could move in with him, and he was going to enable her codependency fittingly. That's what I got.
Yep. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. And sometimes it's hard. And that is a perfect example of why Pam and I advocate for healers. If you're going to be a healer and working with people, you have to do the healing yourself. Because when you get triggered, it doesn't become about the client anymore. Your own stuff comes up and it gets in the way. But when we're healing, we're never fully healed, right? But when we're in the process of healing and we do a certain amount of healing, we can recognize, ooh, okay, I'm triggered. I either need to put myself aside, which by that point you learn how to do, and then you work with the client, or we need to address this another time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is an ongoing one for me.
As many are. Many are. I gotta say that was more interesting than I was really gonna give it credit for.
It was. It was a surprise.
Yeah,
A wonderful surprise.
it was. Thank you for doing that with me. That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a lot of
I
fun.
loved it. Thanks
Yeah.
for the invite.
Yeah. So we would love your comments. We would also love your suggestions for other ghost point of views, POVs, and reactions. If you have those suggestions, please don't put them in the comments. You cannot leave a link because those will be removed. If you go to the website, tcseveryday-psychics.com, email us through the contact us form and send a link of your video suggestions. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
We
You
look
got any more to
forward-
say?
I do not. We have probably reviewed everything.
All right. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. And I look forward to doing another one with you sometime in the future.
Yes, I do as well.
All right. Take care, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.